Guys, welcome to Zion Traders YouTube channel. On this channel, we share our trade ideas, we review our weekly trades and signals, we forecast the directional bias of various asset classes. Alright, guys, so if you want to learn the strategies that we use, make sure you visit us Tibina YouTube channel and you are going to have access to some of our strategies, right? So, guys, today's review, guys, I'm sorry it's coming late. It's April 30th. I'm supposed to do this April 27. Yeah, I'm supposed to do this April 27, but then I think I've been busy, and then so I've decided to make the video for last week trade, right? So I'm going to be sharing with you guys on this video last week trade, the trades we took last week, right? So last week wasn't a very good one, but then all the same, it's all good, right? So as you can see right here, I dropped a signal on the group. I dropped this particular signal on the group. The signal actually made some profit, right? Because this was a second entry. So this you are seeing here is a second entry. The first entry, if you check the group, you're going to see that, right? So if you check the group, you're going to see that. I think this was the first entry I took. So the first entry, right? So we were actually on profit. We were actually on profit. So it was supposed to be a break-even trade because when price got here, I was on massive profit by then, and I had already broken even my trade, right? So, but then when I saw that price returned back to this zone, because I was even suspecting, I knew that price could likely come back to this zone to retest it and then continue selling, right? But then, guys, price did not do that. Price came here. So when price came here, it stopped me out on break even, right? So I retook a new entry. So I entered and took another position, and then price ultimately came here. My stop loss wasn't there anymore. My stop loss was just here, right? So price, my entry was around this zone. So price ultimately came and then took me out. Now, guys, so I've actually been the lessons I learned, right? So I've actually been back testing, and I realized that in most cases when my trade, right, using my strategy, right, so when the trade, when they break even or I miss that setup, and then when I miss the setup, let's say I missed to I did not enter here, let's for instance this first entry I did not enter, I missed it, right? So when price was coming back here, right, I'm not supposed to take that trade again, because there are sometimes that when price has mitigated, has returned to other block, it has mitigated already. Either you take that trade or you don't take that trade. When price moves away from that zone, right, and then it comes back again to that zone again, it makes the potential of that trade being a winning trade, it reduces the probability. Do you understand? So yeah, it reduces the probability. There are a lot of reasons, right? And I'm not sure I have the time to explain that on this video right now, right? But let me just tell you one of the reasons. One of the reasons is because price has an objective. So maybe when price mitigated, it has already mitigated, it has returned to other block, right, and then it traded away from it in your direction, right? So let's for instance it traded down in your favor and you were able to break even or take some partials. Now price has an objective. Always you need to understand that price has an objective. So maybe it has gone to fulfill its objective, and then before it started reversing, right, reversing back. So if price comes back to your entry and then you now retake another entry hoping it will continue, I think 80%, 70%, or 78 to 80% of the time it will fail, right? You will end up losing that particular entry. All right, guys, I just wanted to explain that, that's actually one of the reasons, right? There are actually some other reasons why. So and I've decided that if I take a trade and then it comes like something like this, and then I see that it stops me out on break even, I will accept it and leave that setup alone. Except there is another change of character, I won't take that, and I won't take that setup again. And then what if I missed the entry, right? Maybe I got busy or something, or it didn't tap me, it was remaining few pips for you to tap me, and then I missed it, and then it returns again, right? It trades downward, right? it trades away and then returns again, I won't take that again, right? So as far it almost took me in, but then just let's say one or two pips missed, right? But let's say it didn't take me like it's let's say is 10 20 pips 10 15 pips away from my entry, right? So it's actually not a miss yet, so it has actually not mitigated. But in the case where it has mitigated, but my order did not trigger, my position did not trigger, then I will not take such trade again, right? So that's actually the lesson I've learned on this particular trade. And again, this trade, the reason why I was so confident on this trade was because of the yen. The yen has been very bearish for a very long time, and because it has been bearish for a very long time, let's go to the end, guys. So I was hoping that okay, since yen is very bearish, this guy is going to start selling. He's going to start buying, right? That's actually what I was hoping. It was here around this zone, right? So I was hoping okay, this guy will start buying, right? So maybe from here to buy a bit, right? So that buy is going to buy. Maybe it to give my CHF JPY room to sell, because actually CHF was very weak, so it was even really a high probability setup. I won't lie to you, at that particular time it was really a high probability setup. CHF was really 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 weak, right? So that's why what even gave me the confidence to even take that this re-entry. Anyways, I've learned my lessons and I lost the trade, guys. So this is the trade here, as you can see right here. Okay, like I told you, this was my first entry on that CHF JPY. This was my first entry. As you can see, it was break even, right? So I took a new entry again, and then as you can see, I lost that new entry. So let's go to the next trade now that I took, which is a GBPAUD, guys. Actually, this trade there, I won't lie to you. So over here, I saw a change of character, and at a very good level, at a very good zone. Actually, this zone is a good support zone that I was expecting price to start buying from here to the upside, guys. As you can see, it's even buying already. So that means that we were right, just that we entered at the wrong time, right? So price came stop me out. So for me, guys, I'm no longer trading GPAUD again, because it's too for me. I think it's too difficult to just trade because of AUD. Because if AUD is strong, forget AUD. All other pairs will just be misbehaving. So that is just it, guys. So that's for that. For swing trade. Let's go to our day trade now, guys. All right, guys. So for our day trading, right? So as you can see right here, this is no, not this setup. It was this setup, guys. So I think I dropped this signal. I dropped the signal on the group, and we lost this signal, right? So I was a bit pissed, right? So this trade pained me because I took two trades at the same time. I took this GBPUSD trade and then GBP trade at the same time, guys. It was so painful. I won't lie to you, it was painful, right? Because God, you won't understand. It was painful, very painful, guys. No, it wasn't this setup. It was, I think, the setup here. No, not this one. I think it's this one though. On Yeah, I think it's this one, guys. So is this setup? Is this setup, guys? So price came and then it changed character. I think let me give you guys. Let me show you guys. The thing is, I'm supposed to have my stuff here, but then I think let me show you something on 20. Well, alright, this is the case of GBP. This trade, I didn't take the trade. I wanted to take the trade, but then it was already too late, so I did not later take this trade, right? So it was this trade I took, and I lost the trade. I've actually learned a lot of lesson from this trade, right? I learned that this trade, it actually did not raid any liquidity on the strategy I used. There's supposed to be a liquidity rate, and then there's no proper structure here. There's no proper structure here. And then, guys, this that I marked down here is actually a weekly time frame support level. So price getting to this zone, like I knew that price was going to like starts buying. Actually, that's just the truth. It's actually a major support zone. This zone you are seeing here, right? You can go and check your chart, right? So this is for this trade. I lost the trade. Like the guy took me in, he came back and then just took me and then stopped me out, and then this trade started buying. That day, guys, so many people lost money on this on this setup, right? Because I saw a lot of people even selling this setup, and then the guy eventually started buying. So we lost this trade, guys, so it's so painful, but then I've learned my lessons. This trade, it has for using my strategy, it has little confluences, right? So what is going to happen is this kind of setup that has a few confluences, I'm actually going to stop trading them, right? I'm going to stop trading them. I want to start trading high probability setup that I know that it means at least three of my confluences or two major confluences, right? So before I take any of my setup, right? So that's actually what I've learned that I will start taking like high probability setup. If the setup is not high, I won't take that trade anymore. So I don't know why this was on the 23rd, right? On the 23rd, let's go to GBP the same thing happened on the same thing, actually almost the same setup here. All right. Alright, so this was where I got my change of character from, guys. So this kind of setup is actually not so cool. It's actually not cool. I won't lie to you. So I was like, okay, let me just move this here. I'll take my entry here. This guy just came back, stopped me out, guys. So over time, I've come to realize that setup like this tends to fail very very well. Reason being that most time when a setup has already traded into 50% of that your range, right, of that your range, that means that setup is bound to fail, like, and 80-70% of the time it will fail when this kind of setup has already traded 70%. As you can see, this guy traded 70% of this range already, right, and then 50% of this range already before I took this trade. I think actually henceforth I'm going to like this kind of setup. I'm going to avoid it, right? Because it didn't really properly give me a change of character that has M pattern, right? I need M pattern or W pattern, and it should be clear. Once I see that before I take any trade, not something that will give me this kind of move will come down like this and then uh, do this and then do this. It's actually not so cool. It's actually not so cool, right? So this is not a proper end pattern here. So I think I've realized my mistake as well on this particular setup. And this setup I actually learned a lot, and I want to I've been back testing. I have to go back over the month before I took these decisions, guys. I didn't just take these decisions, right, and stopping to trade this kind of setups, right, simply because of this particular trade that I lose. No, 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 no. Before I take any decision, I have to back test. I have to know that okay, this thing has like a lot of time. Like sometimes it will win, yes, sometimes it will go well, but 80 or 70% of the time or 80% of the time it will not work out. So if 80% of the time or 70% of the time it will not work out, what then is the essence of going doing it if it's only going to work 30% of the time? So I just have to stop it, right, in order to improve the probability of my trade, right. It's better I take few trades rather than taking so many trades with so many losses, right. It's not easy emotionally, I won't lie to you, to handle this kind of thing, having so many losses and all of that emotionally is not easy. All right, guys, so this is it on mt5. As you can see, this is the pro firm account I told you guys. So you can see the balance is 2,840. I don't know if we are going to lose this account. However, I have this strong feelings that we are going to pass this account. That's just the truth. So this was the GBPUSD. This is what the GBPUSD and the GBPJPY. So the last time I took a trade now was on the 23. Apart from these two trades that I took that same on the 23, which is last week Monday, I guess. I'm not taking any on that trade because there is actually market has been bad. I won't lie to you, it has not been cool. Market has not been cool. So I've not taken any trade. I've just been watching and watching and watching, guys. So let's see how this week will go. This particular week. Today is already Tuesday, and I don't trade. In fact, I've stopped trading on Friday. Official. I'm making it official now. I've stopped trading on Friday, so I don't trade on Friday. On Tuesday, let's see how tomorrow goes, or tomorrow being Wednesday and Thursday. Let's see how Wednesday and Thursday goes. And if I don't see good setup that means good high probability setups, I won't take any trade for this week. Then we'll watch out for next week, guys. All right, guys. Thank you for watching this video. And make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification icon there, guys. All right, guys. Goodbye.